Good morning to all here who have gathered here today. Moment is a very auspicious moment for us. That would need an introduction. The Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha, Mr. PESLN Murthy, CMD Netfeed, Ms. Suranjana Datta, GM SBI, Mr. Walter Kujur, DGM NABARD, Mr. Abhijit Sharma, Professor Abhijit Sharma of IVM, Mr. Vidananda Barkade, Chief Advisor in the North Tea Association, and all other esteemed guests who have gathered here today, this morning, for this conclave. I welcome all of you and a very good morning to all of you. So let me first extend Rangali Vahu greetings to all of you. So I wish may this festival bring joy and prosperity to all of us. So I am happy to be here to kind of host this conclave on a very important topic, as you know, banking and financing, microfinancing, how important it is. So as you may be knowing, UNI is one of the oldest news agencies of the country with significant credibility and a multilingual footprint. We have services in English, Hindi, Urdu, and we are the only news service in Urdu, and we have a news service in Kannada. And you may be glad to know that we are soon starting a news service in Bangla. So we are trying to extend our footprint in various languages so that we can reach out to maximum population of the country. So I'm glad to share that we at UNI are striving to give an added impetus to coverage of developments related to the Northeast. Over the last several months, our colleagues, not only in the states of this region, but also in Delhi, have been reporting on this region with great vigor and enthusiasm. That's because and I personally think that Northeast needs to be given a lot of importance. Maybe because if you sit in Delhi, there is a lot of impression that it is out of sight, Northeast. So I particularly give impetus on this region. So I have been telling my colleagues, we have to give vigorous coverage, particularly developmental issues. There are other issues also, but the rest of the country also needs to know what's happening here, or maybe rest of the country also has to understand that what are the dynamic challenges, developmental challenges here, or the government of India has also has been doing a lot of things about Act East policy and all that. So I'm sure it is working and it is translating into some concrete action on the ground. So that is why adding a new dimension to that endeavor of ours, we decided to have this conclave and on this very important topic. So that is why we chose this topic of role of banking and microfinance institutions in the Northeast region. So why this topic was chosen is because we are aware of how much role banking institutions and microfinance institutions have to play in the development of this region because of mainly topography and geographical challenges, what I understand. So although the role of banks and financial institutions is crucial in the development of the entire region, it assumes more criticality in this region with special challenges, which you all know, I don't have to tell you. So there may be umpteen government schemes for the people like the direct benefit transfer scheme, but those will have no meaning unless banks and financial institutions extend the benefits to the last person out there. So I understand the public sector banks and development banks like SBI, NABARD, and NEDFI are doing their bit to bring the last man into the fold of the formal banking. So I hope and I wish that those efforts bear results, bear fruits, so that the common man at the last mile benefits. So when we have this session today about the discussion, I believe the top officials who are sitting here will share more about their operations, what they are doing, and how much it is benefiting the common man, people there. So I am sure it is going to be a very enriching session. So you please all be tuned, gathered here today, this morning, for this.
सबसे पुरानी समाचार एजेंसियों में से एक यूएनआई के नॉर्थ ईस्ट कॉन्क्लेव में शामिल होने पर प्रसन्नता हो रही है। मुझे खुशी है कि यूएनआई उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र के विकास में बैंक और माइक्रो फाइनेंस संस्थाओं की भूमिका पर एक पैनल चर्चा आयोजन की योजना बना रही है। हमारी केंद्र की सरकार ने शुरू से ही उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र के विकास पर ध्यान दिया है। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र को अष्टलक्ष्मी कहा है। उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र का हर राज्य अब अपनी वास्तविक संभावनाओं का पूरा लाभ उठा रहा है। उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र के विकास को गति देने में बैंकों और माइक्रो फाइनेंस एजेंसियों की बड़ी भूमिका रहती है। यह बात महत्वपूर्ण है कि यूएनआई के इस सम्मेलन की रचना इस तरह से की गई है कि इसमें समाज के आखिरी व्यक्ति को वित्तीय सुविधाओं से जोड़ने के मुद्दे पर ठीक से चर्चा हो सके। श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जिस तरह से उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्र पर नए सिरे से विशेष ध्यान दिया है, उसमें वित्तीय संस्थानों, सरकारी क्षेत्रों के बैंकों और विकास एजेंसियों के लिए जरूरी है कि वे बेहतर समन्वय के साथ काम करें और उत्तर पूर्वी क्षेत्रों को अष्टलक्ष्मी बनाने के प्रधानमंत्री माननीय मोदी जी के लक्ष्य को साकार करने में सहयोग करें। मैं सम्मेलन के आयोजकों और इसमें भाग लेने वाले सभी को पुनः बधाई देता हूं। सम्मेलन की सफलता के लिए हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
নমস্কাৰ, সমবেত সুধীবৃন্দলৈ মই আন্তৰিক শ্ৰদ্ধা জ্ঞাপন কৰিছোঁ। Wish you a very happy Rongali Bihu. The Bihu is knocking at our door. All the dignitaries, the chief editor of UNI and professors, bankers, I've seen some students, journalist friends are also there from the first row to the last row. So I convey Bihu greetings and my respect to you. Today's program, our learned panelists will go deep inside different topics and aspects of banking and its relation to the overdevelopment of our region, especially Assam, and will give some insights. And really the topic chosen, that is the role of bank and microfinance organizations for the development of the Northeast and Assam. Yes, there are, being a political person or a political activist, we have experienced how the banking sector, especially people, the bankers, all the staff and officers of bank, we have seen practically during our one of the flagship program, that is Jan Dhan Yojana by Prime Minister Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji. We experienced how 24/7 they worked to include the last person of the last mile in the banking system. We have seen. We have seen it. So we have immense respect as a citizen, not as a political worker or as a member of the upper house. As a citizen of India, we salute the services of the bankers. And we are eagerly waiting to see the systematic, methodological speeches of our panelists. So once again, I thank you all and big greetings to all of you, and thank you for inviting me to speak in front of this august gathering and this auspicious occasion. Thank you once again. Jaya Aham Bande Mataram.
This is a great honor, I'm very happy today that I will be moderating a discussion on banking. As State Bank is described as the banker to every Indian. So I would like to open the discussion today with Madam Suranjana Datta. Madam, as SBI is the banker to every Indian, how difficult do you think it is to reach out to each and every customer in the Northeast, especially in the hill states of Northeast India?
Yes, it is indeed a very difficult task of reaching out, especially given the geography of our country, the northeastern region, especially in Assam. It is more or less it is possible, but in states like Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, where the density of the population is very low. So putting up our branches itself is a challenge in all parts, in every district of the states. Nevertheless, State Bank of India in the northeastern region has been able to onboard 88 lakh customers who are in the segment of the PMJDY customers. So I think that is quite an achievement, and the rate at which we are opening these these financial inclusion accounts or the PMJDY accounts is around 2,000 accounts are getting opened across the Northeast every day.
Actually, there are the supply side in a very short, maybe a couple of minutes. I would say there are issues from the supply side. Supply side, like I think General Manager State Bank did mention, about a lot of these areas are underpopulated, very sparse. So all of these needs cost. So in order to do a sustainable operation, there has to be a minimum number of population, etc. So there is a problem from the supply side in terms of including all the people. So there is a supply side problem. On the other hand, the demand side also, to a large extent, you have to keep in mind that in some states, Arunachal, interior Nagaland, have been more on subsistence agriculture, subsistence farming, and hence understanding of finance or understanding of all these services very limited. So there is also a financial literacy that needs to be inculcated to get these people into the banking fold.
I think the process started when Mr. Murthy was CGM in SBI here, and both of us were there when the first ATM in the tea garden was inaugurated at Kolaghat. And so otherwise this is 199 years old industry. Next year we'll be celebrating 200 years. And so what you said is very correct, that traditionally we have been paying cash. I mean, some tea states pay, most of the tea states pay on alternate weeks, and some pay on weekly also. Though this, opening up of accounts for tea states started, but still we have lot to cover. Many I would say majority of the tea states still we are paying cash. Otherwise, some tea states they are transferring to their bank accounts. Now for banks also it's a challenge, because the tea states where the workforce is very low, so it is not economically feasible for the bank to open a ATM there. And CSP is a real failure, I would say. CSP is not working in tea states, and tea states where there are nearby ATMs are there, it is functioning well, and we are able to transfer directly to the accounts of the workers. But in many tea states we are not able to open accounts, because accounts have been opened, but the ATM is very far away. CSP, I don't know. CSP is a total failure here. In these days, that's what we found. For some time it worked, and now it is not working at all. So again, this is the Government of India's priority sector, where the Government of India wants, particularly our Finance Minister of India wants that every worker of our tea state should have a bank account, and it should be transferred to the bank. It's easier for us also, for the management, because carrying cash also is a risky affair. So we also want to, but somehow, though we have attended a lot of meetings with the banks and all, somehow maybe again we'll have to have one more rejig to it, and I'm sure in days to come things will be better.
In the northeast, and I would like more to focus on the Assam, because Assam is more plains and you have a lot of economic activity in valleys of Assam. Thanks to banking being deficient in rural areas, you have built up indigenous institutions which are financing people. But of course, the limits are there. They finance about 1 lakh, 2 lakh, below that. But very, very robust mechanism of financing is available in the rural areas, thanks to deficiency of banking. But the benefits that they get is very limited, because it's just unlike going to a bank where they're getting linked with the bank and they're getting bank services like technical services, capacities and so on, working with other sets of institutions. So obviously working with a bank gives you much more added benefit. But as of now, in rural Assam, like I said, and particularly the southern bank of Assam and Nalbari, Borpeta, these areas, you have a very robust indigenous institutional setup, thanks to this deficiency. And I think, so there is also a demand in these areas which are being met by these institutions. And that is the gap which the microfinance institution has come in. Till before COVID, there were 46 microfinance institutions working in the northeast, thanks to this demand which was there. So mostly in the plain areas of Brahmaputra Valley and Kachar, yes. Hill areas, still it is deficient. So hill areas is still a challenge. Yes.
There is a lot of development in the line of formal credit, though with cost, very huge cost. First point. Second point, only 20% are covered under the formal advance, formal credit. 80% are in the informal lending. Informal lending is 4 to 5 times costlier than the formal lending. In the formal lending again, through bank, it's very cheap. Through MFIs, very costly. RBI itself allows them to charge 10% plus 10% extra than their cost of funds. So the cost to the common man who are in the formal credit is very high, right? Second problem is that reaching out to far-flung areas. He was asking me, have you visited that place? 99% of difficult areas I visited. The problem I will just narrate, one small problem I will narrate. When I was going to Mechuka, on the way I stopped for a coffee, a tea, whatever it is. So one girl, she was sitting in the small her provision store, biscuits, whatever from store. Its house is 3 parts. One is the store, another is tea stall, then her kitchen. So she was sitting there in the shop and knitting the shawl and taking care of her children. Then when we stopped, when we talked for a cup of coffee, she came out, prepared the chai, served us, right? Again, she started her work, right? To that extent, it is okay. I asked her, how you will get working here, meant for buying the yarn, etc. She said that I will borrow from a local lender, that is at around 26-25%. If you calculate some percentage, something like that. Okay. But after making the shawl, what will you do? The same person will buy with the throwaway price. So the other side, she is paying higher interest, and the other side, she is not getting the price for the. I was really this thing. So that time onwards, I was wondering that one size fit all is not suitable for the Northeast. Northeast has all 8 states has got their own specific problems. Like in Assam, you have the chai bagan, chai workers problem is predominant, others. But in other areas, there is lot of other difficulties. The young brigade who are here, sitting here, just think about it. A lot of practical solutions through technology needs to be bring in.
The role of NABARD in the microfinance, as you must all be knowing, that NABARD started a pilot to link around 500 SHGs to the formal financial institutions during the year 1992 and 93. And as you are all aware, it has now become the largest microfinance program in the world in terms of client base and outreach.
Just like we had an interaction between different respected dignitaries of different organizations from the banking and the literacy, banking literacy. Can we have some sort of platform, formal platform, where we can have representatives, such representatives from these?
First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Tarali Sharma. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Indian Chamber of Commerce. So far that initiative is concerned, as many of you know, Indian Chamber of Commerce, we have been doing a lot of, initiative. We have been taking a lot of initiative in terms of financial literature. So, for an example, we have, penetrated to many of the interior places across Northeast. So, in the month of March, last month only, we have conducted this literacy program in 8 blocks in the interior state of Tripura. So, apart from Tripura, we have done it in earlier. We did it in Manipur also, in Assam also. We have done many, such programs. So wherein we can include all the stakeholders, we can get the inputs from all the stakeholders. We can, we can create awareness on, financial literacy. So that we have doing, and we have a lot of plans as well, upcoming plans. So in that case, we can, do that. So that is what from my end. Thank you.
The main motive of every organization or sector is to make profit. So the banking sector is influenced by the rules and regulations made by the government. So the government believes that they have made the rules that the banking sector should provide loan grants to the lower income people. So of course there are majority of that section fails to repay the loan. So it causes a lot of loss to the banking sector. So how does the banking sector deal with such rules?
Myself, Indrani Fukan Tohbildar from Assam Chamber of Commerce. I'm the VP of Assam Chamber of Commerce. My voice is always loud, I suppose. Okay. Thanks to UNI for creating such platform, because it's you and I. So you people and I. So that is the biggest thing. My question is for the bankers, that how do you see microfinance linked with the cooperative revolution that is accelerating in Northeast?
Good afternoon. I won't be between you and lunch too much, I know. My sincere thanks on behalf of UNI to all the participants in this conclave. My special thanks goes to Mr. Pavitra Margarita, who have been kind enough to grace the occasion. Murthy